Reactive outbursts don't just come out of nowhere. Most dogs will give you some clues first. This is by no means an extensive list, but I'll get through as many as I can in a social media video. First up is frozen or stiff body language. So normally when a dog is locked onto a trigger that's going to start a reactivity outburst, they'll tend to sort of walk slowly with stiffened limbs, almost like they're trying to stalk something. Keep an eye out for that one. Next up is a hard stare. Staring and maintaining eye contact in dog body language is a clear sign that there's something brewing under the surface. Also, look out for whale eye. So basically, when your dog looks at its target out the corner of its eye, showing the whites of its eyes. Remember, this is context sensitive. If your dog is just chilling on the sofa and you call its name and it sort of can't be bothered lifting its head and looks over at you, not necessarily going to have a reactive episode with you. But if it's in a scenario where it's triggered by some form of stimulus, chances are something's not right. Next, keep an eye out for a tense face, particularly with a shut mouth. If your dog's happy-go-lucky and walking around enjoying itself, and then all of a sudden its face stiffens up and it closes its mouth while it stares at something, it's locked onto something that's probably going to give a reactive episode. It's definitely something that's caught your dog's attention. Now for an obvious one, growling or low grumbles. If your dog's growling or giving off low grumbles, it's vocalizing and trying to say to whatever it's growling at, give me some space, back off a little bit. Unfortunately, this one is missed quite often, especially in louder areas. One that you've probably heard a lot of people talking about is raised hackles. The hackles, or piloerection as it's called by its scientific name, is the raising of the hairs along the spine. When a dog is aroused, either positively or negatively, these hackles tend to raise. This is where context comes into play. Context is so important when it comes to body language, particularly with things like raised hackles or even a wagging tail. A dog is not in control of doing those things. Those things just indicate that your dog is aroused in some way, shape, or form. So, for example, a dog playing quite happily with its playmate and having the time of its life might have its hackles raised. Just means it's incredibly excited. The same dog may also raise its hackles when confronted with a stranger in a dark alleyway. So make sure you're looking at the situation around your dog, not just at what your dog's doing. This also applies for things like a wagging tail. Just because a dog's wagging its tail does not mean that that dog is necessarily happy. Avoidance behaviors. No dog likes conflict by default, and most dogs that don't want that conflict or don't want to have a reactionary episode will do things called avoidance behaviors. Avoidance behaviors can present themselves as the dog randomly stopping and pretending it's got an itch, the dog looking away, stopping and having a sniff when there's things going on around it. Basically, any way the dog is communicating that it's not interested in what's going on and would rather avoid the situation, hence avoidance behaviors, rather than get into a conflict. As I said, this is not an extensive list. There are many behaviors that I've missed off here, but these are probably more of the common ones that you're more likely to see with your dog while you're out and about. The sooner you're able to spot these body language signals, the sooner you're able to prevent your dog from escalating. It's worth keeping an eye on your pup when you're out and about. Join me tomorrow, where I'll be looking at thresholds and trigger stacking.